Hi everyone, this is Peter here. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today's video is going to be a short compilation of macro subjects I captured on my last photo walk. I had been trying to locate some bull ants, but unfortunately I hadn't been successful so far. Hopefully later this year I'll be able to capture some decent portraits and also some macro footage of them. All of the pictures that I'm about to show you were captured with the Canon R7 and the Laowa 90mm 2x ultra macro lens. For lighting I used my Canon EX2 RT flash and my usual reflector diffuser kit. By the way, if you're new to macro photography and you have the same camera body, I highly recommend you check out my tutorial on how to customize the Canon R7 for best results. It might also be beneficial for you even if you have a different mirrorless camera body from Canon. Anyway, let's look at our subjects now and I will briefly talk about each. Let's start with two abstracts. These are backlit shots of decaying autumn leaves. I really like the array of vibrant colors and that the leaves still had some green in them. The production of chlorophyll, which is a pigment that gives plants their green color, slows down in autumn and eventually stops and all the chlorophyll is destroyed. The carotenoids, the yellow, orange and red pigments, and the anthocyanin, the purple, blue and black pigments that are present in the leaf are then unmasked and the true colors are then revealed. I took both of these shots handheld, and for lighting I used my Bowling P1 LED light at 5600 Kelvin temperature just to mimic daylight. Our second subject was a tiny moth I encountered on a fallen tree trunk. This is a curved horn moth that belongs to a large and poorly understood micromoth superfamily. It is estimated that only about 25% of the 16,250 species discovered have been described. Their name, curved horn, refers to a conspicuous feature unique to them. The labial palps are well developed and form more or less gently curved protrusions whose end has a drawn-out pointed tip. This is more visible in this second lower angle portrait I captured. This following image is of a rather large fly that belongs to the genus Tepagaster. 11 species are currently described in this genus and all of them live in temperate regions of eastern and southern Australia. They have a robust build, rounded head, bristles on their thorax and spines on their femora, which makes them look quite aggressive. Our next subject is a small cocktail ant, also known as an acrobat ant. They have a tiny, heart-shaped abdomen that they tend to raise when alarmed, which you can see in this photo really well. It was hiding in a tiny crevice on the bark of a gum tree and was moving around quite a bit. Acrobat ants acquire food primarily through predation on other insects. They even attack wasps. They use venom to stun their prey and a complex trail-laying process to lead comrades to food sources. This is achieved by the release of alarm pheromones. The next series, which I'm really happy with, is of a quite large ant species that belongs to the genus Camponodus. Carpenter ants are indigenous to many forested parts of the world and can grow up to 13 mm in length. They build nests inside wood, consisting of so-called galleries that are chewed out with their impressive jaws or mandibles. Unlike termites though, they don't consume wood, they just discard the material that resembles sawdust outside their nest. They can also infest wooden buildings and can cause major structural damage, so in many locations they are considered pests. They also have a very interesting mutualistic relationship with aphids. In their farming, the ants protect the aphids from potential predators while they excrete a sugary fluid called honeydew, which the ants get by stroking the aphids with their antennae. I have captured a similar interspecies association before between imperial hair streaks and rainbow ants. If you'd like to learn more about them, feel free to check out my educational video. I think you'll enjoy that too. This following ant species belongs to the genus Rhytidoponera. The specimen that I captured in these portraits was moving almost non-stop, so it took me quite a bit of time to grab these shots. These are some of the most common ants in Australia and can be very abundant, especially in urban areas such as yards, gardens and parks. Species that live in forested areas generally forage during the day on low vegetation and trees as well as on the ground. They are general predators or scavengers, with some also taking honeydew and others showing a strong preference for seeds. This must have been a worker, as they generally forage singly or less often in small groups. Some of the smaller species apparently have a potent sting, while the larger ones, such as this one, have a weak sting or are unable to sting.
This following image is of a different species that most likely belongs to the same genus, but don't quote me on that. I found this dead specimen all curled up on the leaves of a native shrub. Our next subject is a tiny fungus net that belongs to the genus Sciara. Fungus nets are small, dark, short-lived nets. Their larvae feed on fungi that grow on soil, helping in the decomposition of organic matter. The adults can grow up to 8mm and are occasional pollinators of plants and carriers of mushroom spores. They are weak flyers and are often seen walking rapidly on plant or soil, such as this one, which I found on a wooden log. What's really fascinating is that some fungus nets possess special antifreeze proteins, which makes them exceptionally hardy, being able to tolerate very cold conditions. Our second last subject is a small saprotrophic mushroom that belongs to the genus Mycena. They are also commonly known as bonnets. They have a small bell-shaped cap, a thin fragile stem, and a white spore print. Recent discoveries show that Mycena can not only grow from rotting wood, but also from a living plant root and even a living frog. I left a quasi-abstract image for last. I think what I captured is some sort of lichen that looked like a tiny crystal. I really love the vibrant orange color in contrast to the yellow and green tones of the other lichen species that was growing on the bark. If you have any idea as to what exactly we photographed here, please let me know.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short compilation. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Also, if you're new to the channel and you love nature photography and macro photography in particular, don't forget to subscribe. You might also want to have a look at these next. Thanks again and catch you all very soon in the next one.